The desperate cry cut through the noise of the shopping mall like a knife. A child's voice, small but full of fear, echoed through the atrium, rising above the hum of conversations, rustling bags, and the faint notes of music drifting from a nearby store. Most people barely noticed, lost in their own worlds, but Keanu Reeves did. He had been on his way to grab a book, a quiet errand. Before heading back to his hotel, he never tried to but that cry that was impossible to ignore. His eyes swept the area. Searching, then he saw him, a little boy, maybe 5 years old, stood near a bench by the escalator, his tiny hands curled into trembling fists as tears streamed down his flushed cheeks, his chest heaved with broken sobs. Alone, afraid. Before Keanu even thought about it, his feet were already moving. He crouched down to the boy's level, resting his forearms on his knees, his voice steady and soft. "Hey, buddy, you okay?" The boy blinked up at him, his big brown eyes wet with tears. He sniffled, but words wouldn't come. A small, well-worn teddy bear dangled from his arm, its fur matted from years of love. Keanu gave him a reassuring nod. "You lost your mom or dad?" The boy hesitated, then gave a tiny hiccup nod. His curly hair stuck to his damp forehead, his shoulders shaking. Keanu's chest tightened. He knew fear when he saw it, and nothing was scarier to a child than being lost in an unfamiliar place surrounded by strangers. "It's okay," Keanu said gently. "Weck, find them. What's your name?" The boy wiped his face on his sleeve. Before whispering Ethan, Keanu smiled. "That's a great name, Ethan. Do you know what your mom or dad is wearing?" Ethan clutched his teddy bear tighter. "Mommy's wearing a red dress." Keanu nodded. "Good job. That helps a lot." A few bystanders had begun to notice the scene, whispering amongst themselves as they recognized Keanu, but no one interrupted. A security guard, alerted by a passing shopper, made his way over. "Sir, is everything all right?" Keanu straightened slightly, but kept a comforting hand on Ethan's small shoulder. "This little guy got separated from his mom. She's wearing a red dress. Can you make an announcement?" The guard nodded. "Absolutely, I'll check the security cameras too." But as the guard reached for his radio, Ethan let out a tiny whimper and clung to Keanu's jacket. "Don't go." Keanu felt the desperation in those small hands. He wasn't about to leave this kid alone. "I'm staying right here, buddy." Keanu reassured him. "We're in this together." Turning to the guard, he added, "Let's take a walk, maybe. We'll spot her before she hears the announcement." The guard agreed, relaying the description over his radio while Keanu took Ethan's hand. Together they moved through the crowd, Keanu keeping the boy distracted with easy conversation. "What's your teddy bear's name?" Ethan sniffled. "Mr. Buttons." Keanu grinned. "Mr. Buttons, who I bet is a good friend." Ethan gave a tiny nod, still wary but calmer than before. Minutes passed. Then near the food court, Keanu saw her, a woman in a red dress, her face tight with worry. Scanning the crowd with frantic eyes. "There she is," Keanu said softly. Ethan looked. The little boy gasped, "Mommy." His fingers slipped from Keanu's grasp as he took off running. The woman's head snapped toward his voice, and in an instant they crashed together in a desperate embrace. "Oh, my baby," she sobbed, clutching him like she'd never let go. "I was so scared." Keanu hung back, letting them have their moment, warmth spreading through his chest. Then the mother looked up, her tearful gaze locking onto him. Recognition dawned in her eyes. "Oh my God, you're Keanu Reeves." Keanu chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck. "Yeah, but today I'm just the guy who found Ethan." Still holding her son, she reached out, squeezing Keanu's hand. Thank you so much." He smiled. "No thanks needed, just glad he's safe." As she carried Ethan away, the little boy turned back and waved shyly by Keanu. Keanu waved back. "See you around, buddy." With a final glance, he turned and resumed his walk to the bookstore, a small, satisfied smile on his lips. A lost child was back in his mother's arms, and in the end, that was all that mattered.